ticker AHRO, Authentic Holdings Incorporated, President Chris Giordano. Let's bring him in. I remember the one day you said you were going to put a VAS tag on me.
We're going to follow you, Eric. Hey, that was a great interview.
How you doing, man? How you doing?
We're doing great, man. Okay. Love that presentation, by the way. Okay. It was very interesting. I think we may consider moving the company to Colombia. Okay. Just for the tax break.
No. Do we tell people the news straight off the bat? Should we do that? Why not?
Well, yeah. Why not?
Let's do this. Hey guys, mark your calendars. Friday, December 6th, 2024, BFC Live from Atlantic City. Yes, and if you're in the Discord, we're going to get tickets to the ROC 86 Ring of Combat, which is actually streamed by one of the subsidiaries of AHRO, and it's going to be awesome, guys. And we're going to have an AHRO shareholders meet up with Chris Giordano. So if you're in the Discord, and well, now everybody knows about it, reach out to me if you want to go to this event, if you want to meet up in Atlantic City. We're going to watch the fight. We're going to have some dinner and drinks, and we are going to sit down with the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Chris Giordano. And I'm actually really looking forward to it. I wish I could have made the last one. Anthony DeVito was at 85, and he says you guys had a hoot and a holler, which is great. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah,
they had a great time, okay, and so did we. Yeah, I'd love to have everybody down there, okay. I think it would be a festive event, okay, to, as far as the optics are concerned, okay, you'll get to watch, okay, guys beat the living hell out of each other. Okay, that's one thing. Okay, and all those tickets are comped. We could have dinner afterwards, but what I'd like to do beforehand, which Eric and I were discussing, was really put together a small conference room, okay, to house a bunch of people and do a Q&A, almost like a shareholders meeting. So this way I can address a lot of the things, okay, that would be important that, we'll be deep into the fourth quarter at that point. There'll be a lot to discuss and probably a lot of Q&A. So I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And we're going to broadcast that thing live too.
Yeah.
Maybe it's delayed. Maybe we could twist our arm to get
it. Put a VAS tag on that.
We'll put a VAS tag on that. But guys, this is going to be a fun event. So reach out to me, Buffalo Fireside Chats at Gmail. Just DM me on Twitter, or if you're in the Discord. I know you guys I already have some people that are going. It's going to be a great event. So make sure you do that. Now I want to get to the nitty gritty here. I took 4 of your tweets and I'm like, I want to hone in on some of these things and really give you an opportunity. The stock is doing very well. It's showing strength, and I love what we're doing here. I think, I want to just reiterate some things here, and let's just get right to it. You put out this tweet summary. We are a one-stop shop for both sports and music personas since we can. And you talk about broadcasting their pay-per-view events, creating one-of-a-kind authentic merch. And, we talked about authentic heroes. And so you're pressing vinyl. You're talking about a zero cost since that you control the airways for the price per pay-per-view venue. You talk about distributing. You talk about vinyl in the big box. 3 AHRO companies working together potentially create maximum shareholder value. So I want you to break this down in your own words here and explain the chemistry of these divisions and how it's going to create shareholder value.
Okay. Well, going back, okay, to our roots, which basically was in the fiber business, we created Authentic Heroes. Okay. And Authentic Heroes, was really, okay, a centerpiece for us at that time. Okay. Unfortunately, okay, it all got born during COVID and supply chain went away, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. But ultimately, it is a one of a kind, a point of distinction. Okay. And I realized that there was a necessity, okay, to get product to be removed, whether it be inventory, okay, that's sitting, okay, on a retail shelf somewhere, okay, or whether or not, okay, it's really being driven, okay, by e-commerce, okay, at the time when e-commerce, okay, was really in vogue. Now everything's really, okay, very much about social media. So what we started looking at, okay, was, okay, so how can we go ahead, okay, and create a symbiotic relationship between something that is patented technology that nobody really out there in the world, okay, is able to do. They may find a different way to do it, okay, but not the way that we do it, okay, and bring that to bear with a voice that supports taking inventory and turning it. So, in our experience in the past, okay, and this is, with some products that we did with Inventel, before there was an AHRO, the one thing that retailers love, okay, is when you go into their store and you support your product with advertising. In supermarkets, they call it slotting fees, okay? But there's no way around it, and it's hard to get shelf space. But if you can walk into a place, okay, and say, hey, listen, okay, I will go ahead and make certain that we advertise Walmart hour on the hour on all 30 of our networks. So this way we can help you take product off your shelves. They're all ears, okay? And that's how product, okay, gets put on shelves, is you got to support it, okay, with something. So when we built this out, some of it was planned. Some of it kind of just happened. Okay. So when you look at Authentic Heroes, what was Authentic Heroes? The proposition was, I'm going to take something that somebody wore and make it into a multiplicity of them. Okay. Whether or not we turn them into lids or the same exact jersey. Okay. It's entirely up to the management company and us as to what they want to go ahead, okay, and, see distributed and marketed out there. So now we had, okay, another thing that we wanted to do. We wanted to give away an NFT at that time, which is the digital cousin, okay, of what you're buying. So whether or not it was a lid, whether it was that, okay, we're going to get the digital representation of that for no cost. And you were going to scan the QR code. It was going to take you, okay, and for provenance and immutability, register your name along with that Authentic Heroes item. So one thing led to another, okay, and we ended up with this NFT platform. All right. Okay. And when you look, okay, at the way the divisions work with one another, probably the best example is what didn't work. Okay. Because, okay, we had an issue with customs. All right. And we don't have those issues anymore. So 2025 is a new year. Okay. For old is gold. Okay. But, what happened was we had $15 million worth of products sold. Okay. Why? Because we were able to take the money that Inventel, our partner, manufacturing marketing partner, would have spent, okay, on retail advertising support with remnant ads on ESPN, et cetera. And we were going to take Maybach's, which was not part, okay, of AHRO at that time, and further support that retail effort. And Walmart and Barnes & Noble and everybody else fell in love with that idea. And vinyl, okay, was, a good spot to be in. It still is. Okay, it's still got, okay, a decent growth rate, and it's not going anywhere. It's going to be around, okay, for quite some time. So it's a market that will probably serve. But that's when I started saying to myself, okay, hey, Maybach's, okay, maybe at the end of the day, okay, really belongs with us because we're very product driven, right? And Maybach's at that particular point would give us an ability to go ahead and advertise our product on a global basis, well, now a global basis, not necessarily back then, okay, and not pay anything for our advertising. I mean, okay, just seemed to make a lot of sense. So, we would take maybe 10% of the advertising space, okay, and dedicate it toward a product or a group of products, okay, and advertise it, okay. And then all of a sudden we signed this deal, okay, with Whale Echo. Okay. And Whale Echo, okay, now is in 400 TV manufacturers as opposed to 120. Okay. They give us a footprint that's now global. Okay. Completely global now. They're in 116 countries now. Okay. As opposed to 45 when we first started working with them. Okay. So, that being the case, okay, it gives us an ability to go ahead, okay, and take a product or anything, okay, whether or not, okay, for instance, okay, we're working on two things right now, okay, with NFL players, right, that will hopefully have contracts. We'll have the jerseys this weekend. Okay, they're turning in their jerseys this weekend for an authentic.
Really?
Yeah, we'll get them this weekend.
That's one of the things I was going to ask you about. You said you're in final negotiation later today. This is October 3rd. The few NFL players.
Yeah.
Top 100.
I'm going to give you an idea who we can't get. Okay, so this way you knew what we're on to, and that's Ray Shea Rice. Okay, he's out for the season. Okay, and they thought he was going to be back in 5 games. And we would that would have been a $2 million, $3 million product.
Would have been a great comeback.
We got 2 great players, okay, that are very New York oriented, okay. But at the end of the day, okay, those jerseys will be turned in this weekend. We're going to do a whole thing, okay, about them turning in the jerseys. They're going to give a little reason why they're working, okay, with Authentic Heroes, okay, et cetera, et cetera. And we also have a give back component to it, so it works really well. But guess what? So now we go ahead and we take these jerseys and we turn them into 5,000, maybe 10,000, depending, okay, on whether or not one player gets up off the bench, okay, and plays. Okay, that turns into a 10,000 unit product, okay, which
Wow.
is $1 million in sales at $99. That's how we're pricing this stuff out. We're pricing it out so this way everybody can afford to own a slice of history. Okay. And this is a test run, guys. Okay. We do 2 jerseys and it opens up the door for everything. Okay. Now, my partner, and I shouldn't call him my partner, okay, but on my board of advisors, and he's a good friend, okay, is a registered NFL agent with 38 players. All right.
Wow.
So he said, let's run these guys. Okay. And then, and if I want Patrick Mahomes, I can get Patrick Mahomes. He can pick up the phone and call because, you know, all the NFL agents, okay, work with one another, okay, share opportunity, so to speak, right? So, you know, it's just a matter of budget, right? Okay, so nobody at this point. So in other words, these 2 guys, okay, will probably do $1 million to maybe as much as $2 million in sales.
Wow.
But it's proof of concept. It's all fourth quarter stuff. Okay, some of it may lapse over, okay, into first quarter because, okay, the season obviously is going to run a little bit further, and we'll have an option in the event, okay, that somebody gets into the playoffs, which really at the moment doesn't look that good. At least in New York, anyhow.
There's many games. Hey, are you a Jets fan?
I'm a New York fan. Okay, I'm just a fan. Okay, you know, I used to be, okay, a little bit
curious because Bill's been playing the Jets.
I like the Jets. Okay, I didn't like it when they had, okay, what's his name as the coach. Okay, it was a little bit too boisterous for me. You know, I'm more of a you know, okay, Bill Belichick.
Rex
guy.
Ryan back in the day.
I don't want to mention his name. Yeah, okay, it was just a little bit too.
We got stuck with them too.
Yeah, I know.
It was awful.
Yeah,
it wasn't a fun time.
No, it wasn't. But he did a lot of great talking, though. He sure did. You know,
yeah, he was really good at that.
So getting back to, you know, everything, okay, that we do, okay, everything is centered around, okay, the ability for these entities to work with one another. Okay, so if a one-stop shop, okay, represents an artist walks through our door and says, hey, you know, okay, we're making a new album, okay, and we're going to do a live, you know, okay, excuse me, okay, we're going to go on a tour here in the U.S., 10-city tour. What I have the ability to do is, you want me to manufacture the album, I can manufacture the album. I can distribute the album because we have the digs, okay, to get into every retailer in the world, okay, including Harrods in London. Okay, we have that footprint, right? Okay, I can go ahead, okay, and broadcast your event live, which adds incremental revenue to what it is, okay, that you're doing, okay, which is you're making your money at the concert. You're making your money with merch. I'm going to put your merch on steroids. So it's an encompassing plan that ultimately now I add, okay, a pay-per-view component to it where they're not giving up 30 to 50% to the pay-per-view channel, because that's what the pay-per-view channel takes, is 30 to 50% of whatever the buy is. So if you got a $1 million buy, guess what? Say bye-bye to about $500,000 worth of it. Okay, because that's how pay-per-view channels make their money. Okay, so it runs us very little to do a pay-per-view. What we pay for, we already have a streaming channel, as you very well know, that broadcasts ROC. Okay, and so it's there. The only component necessary, okay, is a place to pay for it. Okay, and that takes all of an hour to set that up. Okay, so
we were watching that in the BFC Discord, by the way, guys. We watched that live stream, and if you were in the Discord watching as well, if you're a part of that viewing party, let me know in the comments section. But go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So you know, I mean, okay, think about it as an artist. Okay, and we're talking to a sizable artist. Okay. I'll just say, okay, he's probably in the top 10 of male vocalists, okay, that we're working with, okay, to see whether or not we're going to come to terms over the next handful of weeks, okay, for a broadcast, okay, sometime, okay, let's say mid next year. But this is
didn't disappoint with Hisense. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
I don't think I'll be disappointed here because honestly, you've put your money where your mouth is.
Yeah,
you put your VAS tag where your mouth.
Put my best. Well, you know, okay, the interesting thing, okay, is you know, given the footprint that this gentleman has, you know, it's not a vast tech deal actually, okay, because what we were discussing was the idea of doing a free concert that we broadcast live, driven by vast tag revenue, okay, or a pay-per-view, and a pay-per-view just seemed to make a lot of sense. But what we're able to do is charge $9.95 for a pay-per-view. Not $59.95, not $79.95, $9.95, and give it to a global footprint. You do 1 million buys, and this guy can do 1 million buys, potentially. okay, you're talking, okay, about a $10 million event. Okay. And we're going to do more than one event. We're as I had mentioned in one of the tweets, Authentic Entertainment is going to be born very shortly. And it's a matter of who. Now, you've got, and you're a music teacher. You know a lot of these bands, okay, that are looking like we're talking to a group, okay, that only my son listens to, right? Okay, I don't know anybody else who listens to them, called Mo, okay? And they have a cult following, they fill, 10, 15,000. They're not going to fill, okay, Madison Square Garden, okay, but they'll fill, let's say, okay, a small get together of 5,000 to 10,000 people, depending on where, okay, they're going to have that concert, but there's plenty of them out there. Oh, and you could do the merch too. Okay. So yeah, we'll take your merch. Okay. And we'll be in a, well, no, it's not Michael Bublé, okay, but you never know, okay, he may be in the cards down the road. You got to do, well, let me tell you one thing, okay, if we pull this off, everybody's coming to us, okay, because we're going to set a model for these people where, okay, Netflix is doing a lot of live stuff, as you guys know, right? Okay, so they're in that business now. But then again, Netflix, okay, has got a huge, I mean, you talked about it, just an extraordinarily large audience, but they're not going ahead and doing pay-per-views. They're just doing live events, right? Okay, so they want to broadcast it. They'll make it from advertising, sponsorship money, et cetera, et cetera. So, our model is, hey, bring your goods here and we will make certain that we light this thing up, okay, across the globe, because we have that footprint to light it up across the globe and market it for how much money? $0, because we own the airwaves. So this is how everything works.
Verticalization you have going on.
Yeah.
It's literally up and out. It's like the way.
It's just
a spider web. It's like the AHRO spider web. It's like you're controlling every single facet of this network that you're creating. It's
but you know what, Eric? Okay, it all goes back. Okay, as odd as it may seem, that Authentic Heroes is really supposed to be our center, and it will, because Authentic Heroes is our PR machine. Right? Okay, every time we sign a license, okay, and we have the right manufacturing partner, we have the right marketing partner. Okay, every time we sign a license, bang, there goes another PR, right? Okay, and it's going to range everywhere, okay, from A-lister music people, okay, to, A-lister athletes, okay? So, we're talking to rugby clubs, we're talking, okay, to, and I told everybody, hold off, okay, until first quarter. Let us prove that we can do this correctly with 2 NFL players that matter, at least in the city of New York, right? Okay, and with that, or around the city of New York, okay. But I think, okay, the issue becomes one of we're starting to see people now come to us, okay, in terms of, all right, can we bring programming to you? Okay, if you can send us a letter to guarantee us programming, we'll bring a sponsor that will do a rev share with you for. We had 3 of those already. One for Winnie's World, okay, that they're bringing, okay, they want to bring, okay, a sponsorship that is Mattel. Okay, we're negotiating out with them. Some of these things take a little bit of time, and the patience, okay, that people need to have with this is that there's just really 5 of us here. You know what I mean? Okay, trying to build, okay, a megalopolis of some sort, right? Okay, and with that said, or a spider web, okay, in your words, right? But it's all going to come back to Maybach's, because Maybach's is really the fountain, okay, that continues to feed, everything around it, because it allows you to go ahead and market it for no cost. To market a marketing budget, typically, I used to do a lot of pay-per-view stuff. Okay, mostly, okay, in the martial arts, okay, business and combat sports, okay, back in the old day, okay, back in the 90s, okay, in the early part of the millennium. And in any event, it got expensive, okay, because request channel kept on increasing their rates, okay. But the one thing I can tell you is that a marketing budget, for a world tour, okay, or a marketing budget, okay, for, even a US tour, 10-city tour, they $500,000 to $1 million. Easy, okay. I mean, okay, and I don't have to spend anything. Okay,
one-stop shop.
Yeah, it's a one-stop shop. It's really is. Oh, you want us to press your album? We'll press your album. Okay, we got Technicolor USA as our marketing. As our manufacturing partner for that. I mean, they can press that.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, okay, we're pulling off, okay, some really big things here with a very low budget, you know. Okay, and the budget that we've been offered, okay, a few $1 million, I'm not taking it, okay, because it's too cheap a price for me to take in any money other than strategic money to get something done that will lead to
Love
bigger
it.
and better things, right? So these two players, okay, you know, I'm getting them, okay, for a song. Well, depending on what you call a song, okay. So one of them just signed a memorabilia deal for $1 million, right?
Wow.
And the other one, okay, every time he sets foot outside, okay, he's just mobbed, okay, by people here in New York, you know, and it's interesting, okay, because he comes from my old high school, okay, and you know, in any event, okay, you know, we'll probably hopefully make that announcement by the end of next week, you know, okay, in terms of who these two guys are, but
That's exciting.
it is exciting, okay. You know, we've come a long way, okay, and what's happening, okay, is that
You're nonstop. You are nonstop.
there's only one way to go, and that's forward, man. You know, okay, I don't know how to take a backward step, and I should sometimes, okay, but, you know, there's too much, okay, on the table right now, okay, you know, and the 18-hour days are worth it, you know, and the stock will catch up, okay, with the company, okay. We're in an enviable position because, in my
opinion, the stock where it's at, I think it's been consolidating nicely here, and quite frankly, and I know you can't speculate too much to that. I can because I'm a shareholder. My Discord, we own shares, and we're, you know, buying it anywhere down here because I personally think this is undervalued. And I do have a couple questions I want to get to. There's 3 questions here. Guys, put a question in if you want. This is a very important one. Chris, do you sleep? Bella, great to have you. It was Bella's birthday a couple weeks ago. So 5
milligrams of melatonin, okay, and I'm good for 4 hours. Again, that's about it, man.
That's it.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Dragonfly has a question. Over the next 2 to 3 years, what is the projection for share price with disclaimer of not financial advice?
3 years from now. 3 years from now. Okay. Let me go out 2 because you know what? Okay, the funny thing about pro forma is that there are very few companies, okay, that are non-established. Established companies can project, right? But I'm thinking we're looking like a hockey stick, okay, in terms of revenue and earnings. So, you know, it all centers itself around valuation. So valuation, our goal, okay, is to have a $50 million valuation on this company inside 24 months. All right. And that really means at the end of the day, you know, a price, okay, that is commensurate with so factor in some dilution because there will be some dilution, but it's going to be good dilution because it's going to be driving, okay, revenue and earnings. And that's good dilution. Okay. Bad dilution is when convertible notes, okay, convert and you get nothing for it. It's that aggravation. Okay.
And you actually made a point to actually pay off these with cash. And I always say, I look for a company that is bringing in revenue and can pay off their debt in cash, pay off their convertibles in cash. And you just was at 800 diagonal, right?
Yep.
Paid them off.
Paid them off. Okay. And we paid off 3 of their notes over the last year and a half.
Wow.
So we're doing, and as I had said before, okay, you know, we're working, okay, with the other convertible note holders because they see that we are actually doing what we say we're going to do. They said, just hold off, guys. You made your money in the past, okay, when I had to inherit all of this stuff, all right? Okay, I'll pay you guys off in cash, okay, and blah, 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 okay, and at the end of the day, okay, they're seeing that, wow, they're actually generating revenue. Quarter to quarter, okay, we'll probably have a small third quarter. You know, maybe we'll do $50,000, $60,000. But fourth quarter, you know, I'm thinking, okay, close to $350,000, okay, in revenue, not including VAS tax. That's strictly insert ads. And you got to understand, guys, we got 30 channels, right? And those 30 channels, okay, are comprised, okay, of different types of content. All of them are being watched by smaller audiences in some cases, but all the channels are being watched. So, you know, okay, like that.
I would against that, Michael.
So anyhow, okay, those little things that pop up, those are cute, Eric. I like that. Okay, actually, okay. But with that being said, okay, let me
turn them off at you.
Okay, that's okay. Next week sounds fast.
Do you anticipate future contracts
to progress as expeditiously? When you, Stephanie, okay, signing the contract with AWD, you have an VASTAG go live next week. Sounds good. Our VASTAGs are already built out. Okay, so all we need to do is integrate that into their system. They build the VASTAG. We have a VASTAG platform, right? Okay, they build the VASTAG for their audience. And AWG, okay, as you know, it's got a huge footprint. Okay, and they're looking to market it tomorrow. Actually, we signed a contract this afternoon. Okay, so everything will be integrated, I think, before the weekend's out, and next week I think we'll go live, probably Monday or Tuesday. I just got to wait for them, okay, to let me know. So I mean, okay, but yeah, okay. Now it doesn't have, okay, an immediate effect. It's a building block process, right? Okay, so when you look, okay, at the fact that they're going to market all 30 channels with our VASTAG, okay, and then here's what's going to really drive VASTAG revenue, in my opinion, and people that are a lot smarter than me in this area, okay, tend to agree. Is we signed that agreement, okay, with Lingerie Fighting Championships, okay, for example, right? Okay, so that'll be broadcast, okay, on our OTA scheduled programming. But okay, when it comes to generating real advertising revenue, it's going to be on the video on demand. If you go to our app and you go to a certain section on the app where it says movies, okay, and you'll see movies, you'll see live, okay, and then there's a VOD that's being created. The platform's already been done. Technically, it's complete. Now we're starting to upload all of this product, okay, that we have. So Lingerie Fighting Championship. Somebody wants to go ahead, okay, and watch that. They want to watch Ring of Combat. They want to watch, okay, another one that we're in negotiations with, known as Major League Wrestling, all right, which is the third largest and fastest growing wrestling group out there, included in there, okay, with the WWEs of the world, right? They do something called Lucha Libre, and they appeal to a Latin audience, okay, and it's a fervent audience, okay. So, we're in the process of getting them a sponsor, okay, which is probably going to be DraftKings, looks like, okay. And once we have that sponsorship, they're going to upload 15 years worth of their stuff, okay. Now, if you're a wrestling fan and you want to see Lucha Libre, okay, from 1998, let's say, okay, for example, right? Okay, and it's one of the episodics, okay, that has this one particular wrestler that you like. You're going to click on it, and Eric, what's going to happen? A VASTAG, right? Okay, so while you're watching that, there's something called the mid-roll. We do a mid-roll, okay, and in the middle, okay, of that episodic event, there's going to be an interruption, okay, which everybody's doing. Everybody's doing it, okay? I don't care if you go to Tubi, Fubo, okay, you go to any place, Pluto, okay, everybody's interrupting, okay, a show in the middle of a line, okay? It's just happening that way because there's no way to not do it, okay? So we're going to do it too. If it's good enough, okay, for the big boys, it's good enough for us, I guess, right? So, but remember, every time you want to watch something episodic, okay, you're going to have to go to our VOD. Because guess what? Okay, if you're watching our scheduled programming, okay, on OTA, right? Okay, which is scheduled programming, you're going to see whatever we program for that hour, that half hour. And a lot of people want to watch what they want to watch, when they want to watch it. And that's the purpose of the VOD. So that's why I posted that article, okay, talking, okay, about AVOD. Okay, AVOD is where, okay, the money's going to be made. And that's why, okay, we're bringing all of this content to bear, the 32,000 movies, the 12,000 television shows, okay? Everything, okay, is going to be up on a VOD, okay, by genre, okay? And anytime you want to watch, okay, the Andy Griffith Show, okay, but you want to watch a certain episode where Opie catches a fish, okay, you're going to see a VASTAG. And it's not obtuse because it's only 10 seconds. It's a 10-second to 20-second ad. That's it, So, anyhow, okay, I stole the podium there for a second. Okay, so any other questions? Okay, I'm more than happy.
No, that's it. I mean, this has been a phenomenal update. You are absolutely crushing it. I gotta say, like, I'm impressed. I think that you've held true to everything that you've said you're going to do. You're one of the few CEOs out there that is actually, that came back. I mean, everybody's worried about expert market and this and that, and we were holding down the fort. You said you were going to get it done. You got it done. And since then, it's just been good news after good news, building out your network, one spider web at a time. And you're building this beautiful business that is just, it's interlocked. And, it's great to see it. And I'll be honest with you, it took me about a month or so to really understand it. Cause like you're passionate about what it is. You already know what you're doing. You already know what's in Chris's head. So for me to get what you were doing, and another person that gets it and understands it is John Don or Hogman.
Yeah.
You know who he is.
Yeah, I
And
spent
so,
some time with him on the phone, actually. Okay.
yeah, big investor. And, so he understands the business model. He understands the concept. He understands how it's going to bring in revenue and how everything is layered in together. So, I mean, congratulations. I mean, this is just the tip of the iceberg. You're just getting started.
It is. Okay. And if it wasn't for the acquisition of Maybach's, and by the way, another important thing. Okay. I just did hear from our evaluation analysis guy. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
We'll probably know in about 3 weeks. Okay.
Excellent.
And he's thinking north of 6.
Wow.
North of 6 million is what we're going to get for that. That gets put on the balance sheet. Well, and after, I'm done. With and all my convertible note guys, they said, listen, you deliver fourth quarter the way you say you're going to deliver fourth quarter. We'll convert everything over to a preferred with a leak out, because that's what I want from them. Okay, with a leak out.
That's crazy.
Okay. And they want to, and at the end of the day, that's going to be driven. And think about that on the balance sheet. Okay, you've got retained earnings. You've got 6 million being put potentially. Let's potentially 6 million being put on the balance sheet, and the conversion of debt to equity. In the form of convertible preferred. And they'll work with me. They'll work with me. They'll say, listen, you want to sell a little bit. But nobody's hitting, it's not like, like you see, with most convertible notes, they're just slamming bids, and it gets ugly out there. You haven't seen that here, because I've gained their trust, because I never lied to them. B, I never held up a conversion. I fight with them like an animal over it. But at the end of the day, I always work something out that that would suffice. And that's what it is. It's all about that human interaction that you have with somebody that allows them to believe in what the hell it is you're saying. If you actually do what you said you're gonna do, that's when things happen. And I'm really looking now. I said, I'm really looking forward to fourth quarter. I'm really looking forward to first quarter, because first quarter, there's all sorts of things happening. We're going to apply for a Major League Baseball license in first quarter. With the NFL, it's a funny thing, because NFL, the players are nobody's buying NFL merchandise except from fanatics. All right. A lot of people, a disproportionate amount of people are buying non-NFL sanctioned. All they want to do is see that play. Because most people that buy it, girl or guy, if they want Tom Brady, and they're going to get a Tom Brady jersey, they're more than happy to hang it, in their girl room or their man room, and in let's say a shadow box or in a frame. All they want to see is the name on the back, and the numbers and the colors. They don't care if it says NFL, Thank you. It's my pleasure to have that communication with you. It's what I do. So the issue going forward is, I want to go get Yankee pinstripes. And we have the ability to do it. We've already met with MLBPA 3 times, over the last year. And they love us, and they said, listen, you don't have to go to MLB. You got to come here to MLBPA, And so we're going to go see MLBPA right after the season is completely over. Everybody's gone home from taking a little winter vacation, and hopefully have something ready, for spring break, for spring baseball.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Spring training, and so yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on, but it's always going to center itself around Maybach's. Listen, when you own this, if you own a CBS, you own a Maybach's, any product in the world can come to you and say, hey, can you please help me? Yeah, I'll do it. But I want X percent, like I did, with my buddy, over at As Seen on TV. And he's vast tagged. His vast tag starts at the end of next week. I said, if somebody's going to watch your stuff, you're paying me 5% on sales, and I'm putting up. What do you mean you can't put a vast tag there? I said, yes, I can, because I'm going to put you in the number 1 spot. Because you're an eyeball drawer. When people come and they download our app, they're going to look at you. They're going to say, oh wow, As Seen on TV. Let's see what they're selling. But they're going to watch your vast tag first. Okay, and finally he agreed. Okay, but yeah, I could be a pain in the ass at times. Okay, but realistically, okay, things get done. Okay, and I'm surrounded by a really good team of people, man. Okay, I really am. Okay, from Sean Salchi. Okay, give a shout out to Sean. Okay, it was my NFL agent guy. Yasser Sheikh. Okay, it was my As Seen on TV guy. Maureen Cooper, who's a beast. Okay, that's a person that needs sleep. Okay, she probably works 21 hours a day. Okay, it's just like, and she's the founder, okay, of Maybach's, right? Okay, her daughter Priscilla, brilliant. Okay, and O'Toole over at Wise TV. Okay, even O'Toole, okay, who charges me a lot of money each and every month to be my back end, so I don't have to spend $5 million in setting up a studio, right? Okay, and a broadcast, okay, signal. So he is okay. Without these people, okay, we wouldn't be here. Okay, we'd be doing a reverse merger. Okay, at some point, okay, just to get rid of, what would be a problem because the company would work out. I don't know any other way, okay, to go ahead and describe it, okay, because expert market didn't phase me at all. It sucked, okay. I wasn't expecting that from our internal accountant at that time, okay, but it happened. But
it happened at a better time though. Summer was slow and there wasn't a lot of volume, and it sort of gave you the time to like. I mean, I was anxious. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I would call you every week, like, "Hey, what's going on, man?" But
okay.
It turned out to work out.
It just sucked, okay. But when you've been through 37 bankruptcies and 22 work turnarounds, okay, and workouts, okay, it's expert markets like child's play. You know what I mean? Okay, I've dealt with a lot more complications.
You've worked for so many companies, and
so. But this is my greatest challenge. I hope my greatest success too. I mean, okay, in terms of where we're going, okay, and who we're doing it with, okay, and it's just the beginning, guys. I've got a wine company that wants to advertise, okay, on our airwaves and give me 30% of their profit, and it's just like. Okay, so what do you do first, right? It's man hours. Okay, that's what it's going to take, and I can't take in any money here, guys, because if I took in $2 million right now, what's going to happen? Okay, we're going to end up with more stock than what we know what to do with, and it's just not time. I'd rather live off the cash flow, let the cash flow pay a few $50,000-$100,000 rounds here and there for you get a player, you get something you want to do with an A-list musician, you leave some escrow money there, that kind of stuff. But nothing so dilutive that anybody's going to turn their head and say, "Oh my God, look at the dilution." No, it's nothing like that, because people keep on asking me about it because we raised the AS last year, okay, and that's only because, okay, I mean we're at 2.1, okay, and Scott, our attorney, said, "Listen, you have these conversions that have to happen or not going to happen. In either case, you got to have enough on reserve." Okay, in order to go ahead again, not be in default. Oh shit. Okay, so you increase the AS, not the OS. Okay, but the AS, right? So the AS, okay, is just there. Okay, it's not. I don't expect to do anything with it, but to
piggyback on what you said, that's why you're paying off. Convertibles. Because
right.
You don't want to see those things convert, and I think as a shareholder, that's what I want to see you do more. And I like the fact that you've already done it 3 times already now. So it's pretty remarkable. And I will say about the wine company, Chris. Rule number 1: first you got to try the product to see if they're worthy of the VAS tag.
Right.
I'm just saying. Try the product, man.
You have people walking around, and just sticking something on somebody's shoulder that says VAS tag. You've been VAS tag.
It's gonna be a running joke now, man. I'm telling you.
I know. Okay, there's a meme coming somewhere. Okay.
There is. Don't worry. We'll have VAS tags to pass out at the shareholder meeting. But I want to give you, because we're wrapping up here, and I have a couple other stocks I got to get to. But I want to give you a final word to the shareholders, to potential shareholders. Why AHRO and why now?
Okay. Well, okay. AHRO, okay, is one of those companies that ultimately, okay, had at one point in time had, okay, a life, okay, that was somewhat, okay, stagnant, and at this point, I knew one thing: I had to surround myself, okay, with a bunch of great people, okay, and ultimately that's what happened. And now, okay, I have really the equivalent, okay, of 5 companies working with me. Okay, that ultimately are on my board of advisors. And, we've been through a lot of testy periods, okay, where people, okay, would have just walked away, okay, and should have, okay, in most cases, right? But, you know, we got through, okay, the toughest part, okay, which Eric had mentioned earlier, okay, was the expert market. And those of you that stuck with it, okay, I'm happy that you did, okay, because I think you're starting to see, you know, the fruit, okay, that used to be just basically buds on a tree and now really turning into fruit, okay? I'm of the opinion, okay, that this is the right time to be involved in this stock for a number of reasons, directly related to the balance sheet, directly related to the income statement, and okay, the fact, okay, that we are, you know, around the corner from really blossoming on the PR side too, because, you know, once we're done, okay, with the let's just call it, okay, the test period, okay, for these two players, the floodgates are going to open up, okay, because I have inroads into IMG, I have inroads into UTA, the largest management companies in the world. I'm on a first name basis with a lot of the people because I did a lot of licensing in that area. But most importantly, okay, I appreciate, okay, the patience, okay, and the loyalty and the communication that comes back from you guys. And we'll always, okay, look at the idea, okay, of answering your questions as quickly as I can, whether they be asked on Twitter, okay, or on a personal level, and any of you want a one-on-one, okay, a la, okay, you know, via phone call, okay, or DM, okay, I'm always available to do that. And again, okay, thanks very much, okay, for taking the time to listen to our story, okay, and the confidence that you're showing, okay, by actually still being here on this okay conversation right now. This has been long-winded, okay, but you know me, okay, I'm a little excited, okay.
You are excited. I remember the first time we talked, actually, and this was going back probably like 6-7 months ago, and you explained literally the whole process, and it took like 25 minutes. I'm like, I had no idea what you were talking about, but now I do, because obviously, you know, but it is complicated. You've always taken the time to come on and explain it. You always take the time to talk to shareholders, like you said, via DM. Give the guy a call. If you have any questions, reach out to your CEO, guys. This is ticker AHRO, and I'm going to send you off with something sort of special that I'm just going to play it again. So why the hell not? Chris, okay. Great having you on this show. Get the hell out of here and enjoy this.
See you.
Rising like a phoenix from the ashes of hell, Authentic Holdings is on a quest to build out their 4 subsidiaries to new heights. Maybach's Global has been networking into huge broadcast markets across the United States and has already reached 18 million homes. But they aren't stopping there. Maybach's is penetrating the global streaming market and are setting themselves up to smash company records in coming quarters. Through their ad rev and vast tag program, they are not only increasing revenue but increasing shareholder confidence through transparency and execution. Buckle up, because this phoenix is going to take the summer market by storm. Authentic Holdings, ticker AHRO.